What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for jumping into another video. It is Monday, 6 p.m. Market's been shut down since 4 o'clock and in the aftermarket session, and it is not doing anything. Matter of fact, we've talked about in prior videos that the month of August into the month of September are two brutal months for trading, especially August. And then you want to add tariff news on top of that, where we're trying to make deals with China, which Trump announced today that we're doing some sort of a deal, 15% tariff on China for NVIDIA and AMD chips, but only the old chips, the old technology. So we're going to allow them to purchase the old technology from NVIDIA and AMD, but the US gets the best of it. Wow. The art of negotiation, guys. The power of the position. I just thought I would throw that in there, guys. But here's the thing I'm going to tell you right now. A lot of the stocks that we've been talking about for the last many weeks had some good opportunities today. And then if you weren't careful and you didn't pay attention, you pretty much left your entire lunch sitting on the table for somebody else to eat. For example, Joby. I just did a video on Joby, sharing about Joby and what potentially it's going to do when it comes to its pullback. But today, it ran up really well in the early part of the market day. And then it came back and it met itself back in the middle of my strategy box, the rectangle, which you guys have seen me now build when I go through the Sunday night update. And I show you how I build my strategy for the next day. Well, it lived within that channel today. So Joby ran all the way up. You take profit when it hit the top level resistance line. It rejected and it started its way back down, and it's sitting back in the middle of the box. So that means tomorrow I don't really have to look very far to stage resistance and support for it, because it's the same rectangle. I just have to extend the rectangle through to the next trading day. But there are some stocks that didn't quite fare as well today. Number one, you guys know I tell you I trade every single day Applied Digital, APLD. And APLD did exactly what APLD does. It had that momentary drop off in the morning, and then it ran up, and it got all the way up to, all the way up to $14.53, somewhere around there, 58 cents. And then it turned around and it started coming back south. And guys, I'm just going to tell you right now, I got in at about $14.24 and rode it up to $14.50 something cents. Saw profit, took profit, grabbed my green, put it away, and called it a day on APLD. Well, now it's sitting at about $14.01, $14.03, somewhere around there in the post market. And it'll run through the 24-hour, but it's going to pretty much run horizontal through the night. The fear is, guys, if you get into a stock like APLD and you miss your exit point and you're now down, then when you get to the pre-market the next day, you have one shot for that stock to sort of work its way back up a little bit before the opening bell. When the opening bell hits, okay, you're going to get that hard drop that APLD does every single trading day, and it could drop 10, 15, 20, 50 cents per share all the way down before it starts its initial turn back up. And then at that point, you're just chasing your own tail on it. And if you're bag holding it from the day before, then you're already now twice down from what you were the day prior. So APLD is a stock that I generally see profit, take profit. I like to get out of. I've learned my lesson with it. I don't like to bag hold it. And I like to take the profit when I can. And honestly, guys, listen, if it's up $100, I take $100. Is there a chance it could go to 120, 150, 200? Yes, guys. Yes, it can. But if I know based on the trend that I've hit that, morning day, mid-morning, top of the line before it starts to do its dance up and down through the rest of the day, then I'm taking my profit, and then I put the funds back in the powder, and guess what? I get to do it all over again tomorrow. Now, if you put $20,000 into a stock, okay, you buy 1,500 shares of APLD and you're in it for, whatever that is, 17, 18,000. You hold it the next day, then guess what? You don't have that money to trade the next day on something else to make you money. Okay. So you got to be careful when you're trading in and out of these stocks, guys. You got to be like a sniper. Get in, see profit, take profit, get out, be happy and blessed that you were blessed with that money, whatever it is, more than you had when you started. Wash, rinse, repeat. Okay, AMPX, guys. AMPX did not have such a great day, but I will tell you AMPX did run up pretty nicely for a bit of time, just like APLD. And then if you didn't get out, it had a hard drop. Okay. AMPX, I made money in AMPX, very happy with AMPX. And I'm going to continue to day trade AMPX until I see potentially that upward momentum hit a certain point where it's not going up anymore. I already have long-term shares being held, so I'm not stressed about that. But I like to day trade it. And when it gets to a certain value point, if it gets too expensive for my blood, which ABLD is kind of already there for me, guys. $14 a share is sort of already up there. I'll tell you what I really like to start day trading beginning tomorrow is BBAI. Now, we all talked about BBAI. I put out in my last video that BBAI was announcing their earnings today at close. Well, they did announce their earnings at close. And guess what, guys? They bombed. Okay. It was reported that they were going to come in at a negative 0.06 estimated earnings per share. They came in at a negative 0.71. Okay. That's literally 65, a difference of 0.65. Okay. Per share. Not good at all. Then earnings itself came in on revenue and showed they were down, I guess it was another 20 or $30 million in revenue. Not good at all, guys. Not the results we were looking for. But I'll tell you what it is good. What it did do that we were looking for, we now have an opportunity to buy BBAI at about $5 a share, whereas it was up $7, $8 a share. So I like that a little bit better because I can buy 1,000 shares of BBAI for several dollars less than what I would have bought it at $8 a share. Okay. And if you're a wash, rinse, repeat like I am, and you're running this support resistance strategy every day, and you know the support and resistance levels, you understand the candlesticks, you know the trend analysis for the specific stocks, then guys, it's a home run, win, 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 chicken dinner, win, win, chicken dinner. All right. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So anyway, keep that in mind, guys, as you're sharing the different stocks and looking at different ones that you want to get in and out of in trading. Big week still for earnings, guys. A lot of stuff coming up. Take a look at this chart I put up on here for you. There's a lot of really incredible companies that are going to be announcing their earnings, but you've got to have some understanding about those companies. You got to do some due diligence. Wow, the sun was pretty strong. It literally turned me into an orange man for a minute. So anyway, you've got to know these stocks and these companies that you're playing earnings on. BBAI, I'll just tell you up front, guys, I bought 100 shares of it. I started in the overnight. I bought about 50 shares. It was up pretty well in the overnight 24-hour market. In the pre-market, it continued to run up a little bit. Matter of fact, I saw it at about $7.39 per share, and then it started to run down during the day. It sat at about $7.10 a share. Still was in profit on it, and then earnings was reported. Now sitting at $5, guys. And I'm back to being this pinkish orange guy because of the sun. So anyway, lot going on. Keep your eye on those stocks that we know are the best average Joe day trader stocks, because they're making money. A lot of them are making money, guys. You just need to decide which ones work for you. Pick 2 or 3 companies that you really like, that you believe in them, and you see they're trending, and make those your go-tos every day. Listen, just because you are a day trader doesn't mean you need to day trade 15 different stocks every day or constantly be on the search for stocks every day. You need to pick the stocks that run the best for you, and once you do that, and you know which ones they are, then you just day trade those stocks. Okay. Anyway, listen, guys, shout out to the Discord. Guys, hope you had a successful day. Shout out to this community. We are over 1,300 strong now in subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. I think we hit 1,309 subscribers today. Listen, if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Love making these videos, guys, but I'll tell you what I love more is making money. Let's make money together. Guys, have a great night. See you tomorrow for the next day update. Josh out. Peace.